Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched Survivor Winners at War Episode 3. Spoilers away if you haven't seen this episode yet and you don't want to find out what happens, then stop listening and go watch it right now. Another really good one. I enjoyed this entire episode. I am recording this a couple days after I watched it, so I'm going to try to remember everything from my notes right here. But before I get into it, I do want to mention that last night I saw Invisible Man, which is directed by Leigh Whannell and stars Elizabeth Moss and a bunch of other people. Man, it's really good. Go see it. It's kind of it stressed me out a lot, but it was really well made. Like all the Invisible Man sci-fi horror aspect of it, was really well done. I thought it was an awesome take on this idea, and I realize now I think this is a Universal Pictures film. It's from Blumhouse Production or Blumhouse Studios or BH Studios, whatever it's called for this one. But it's a Universal monster movie. Of course, that Invisible Man is part of that. So is this in the same universe as The Mummy starring Tom Cruise? Is it in the same universe as the other one starring the other people? I forget that there's another one already, right? So I don't know. Are they still trying to do the connected Universal Monsters universe, cinematic universe? I'm not sure. Maybe there are some callbacks over to Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll. I said that backwards, but I don't know. That's enough about that because this episode is about Survivor. But go see Invisible Man if you like horror films and you don't think you'll get too stressed out about it. It's I could see it causing a lot of stress. Just seeing certain parts of this movie. So I don't know. Be aware of that. But if it looks interesting to you, it's really, really well made. All right. So, Survivor. We start out the episode with Adam wanting to target the big dogs. He wants to target Parvati, but he also wants to befriend Rob and Ethan. So Adam had already given his half of the idol back to Denise after she had given it to him. But then he goes and tells Ethan his plan to vote out Parvati. Like, what? Like, that's his closest ally. Over on the other beach, Sandra has fish just looking at her, trying to figure out what she is. And so she sets up a net. Let's see. Meanwhile, Tyson wants to target Sandra. But then they catch some fish, including a shark. Sandra, shark, do do do. We have Tony singing the Baby Shark song. It's great. But then Yul tells Sandra that Tyson wants to target her. Like, what's going on here? Everybody's telling, there's no secrets with anyone. Everybody's just telling everybody everything on both of the tribes. Over on Edge of Extinction, Danny spears some fish. She seems to be enjoying that. And then they get these new clues that are drawings of trees. And so they all go up and find the tree, and there's a chest there with a combination on it. So Amber remembers some numbers back down at the beach. So she thinks she figured it out. But there were no zeros on this combination log. So those were not the numbers that she needed. So she and Danny pretty much give up. Meanwhile, Natalie figures out that the numbers of shells that are on the clue that they got is the sequence that she needs. So she chucks one of them into the ocean and she breaks a bunch of the shells on the other one so that the other two people can't figure it out. So Amber and Danny can't figure it out. And she gets it. She gets the advantage to sell to somebody still in the game, and it is a steal a vote. And she picks Sarah to sell that to. And Sarah, in order to buy it, she can't just straight up buy it, but she also has to sneak into the other tribe's camp and steal the advantage out of one of the torches. And so we get this. My favorite part of this episode is Sarah going on her secret mission, but she needs backup. So she tells Tony about it, and he helps her get ready. And the only thing that he does to help her prepare is put ash on her face. Like, and there's no way that helped her do this mission at all, but it was really, really funny. And also they spit into it. She was like, oh, you have to spit on it so that it will stick. You're how far away from water are you? She got on a boat right after this. They were near water. There's no doubt that they could have just got some ocean water and mixed it in instead of each other's spit, because she spits into it's so gross. But it's really, really funny. So Tony doesn't go with her over to the other camp. It's just her. So like her backup doesn't really need that. But him running like interference back at camp, he could like cover for her, like if somebody was like, where'd she go? Where is she? And instead of him being like, oh, I don't know, let's go look for her, like, and not knowing where she is, instead he knows that she's gone and that she needs to be covered for, and that, oh, let's not look around for her, or let's look for her somewhere other than where we know she's going to come back on the boat. But anyway, this is really really funny. We have her like sneaking around like way more than she has to, obviously, because there's camera people around. They're kind of just ignore the sounds for the most part anyway. Like that's been the case every single time. I don't think somebody has actually been caught sneaking into another camp when they've been tasked with doing that. I think everybody's like so exhausted, and they're just trying to ignore other people moving around as much as they can, because it's not like they're going to be attacked by bears or something like that. But anyway, she is clacking around all of the torches, and she finally finds it, and now she has a steal a vote, which she has already successfully played one in a previous season. And so that's pretty exciting, and that's also great gameplay, great awareness, great memory for Natalie, that she's been able to pick the exact person that would be good for you, that would be very likely to buy that advantage and give them one of her fire tokens. When is anybody going to figure out that the immunity idol has fire tokens in the eyes? We have yet to see anybody use the fire tokens for something that's like on the menu that they know about. They've been entirely used in secret so far, so that is kind of working out pretty well. Okay, so that takes us to the rest of the episode. Who cares? I don't know. No, the immunity challenge. We had like a ninja warrior style ramp walls that they have to jump back and forth between. Then they have to go up a ladder to get some rope, but the ladder does I forget the ladder part. I think the ladder doesn't, they had to hold the ladder up for each other or something, but then they have to throw a rope up and catch it onto a little part to be able to climb up, and then they have another section of wall that they have to get up without any tools, so they have to use a human ladder, and then they have a big stand-up tree puzzle to assemble at the end. Plus, in addition to that, in addition to immunity, they're playing for chicken kebabs. So Sandra sits out, unsurprisingly, and Selah just sucks at this challenge. The Blue Tribe is the worst at the first part of this challenge. Rob is the one initially trying to do the rope throw thing, and they're like, do you want to switch? He's like, yeah, I'd want to switch. And so he switches out for, I think Ben is up next, and he gets it after a couple of tries. But Ben is very good at physical challenges. I still haven't gone back to watch Heroes and healers and haptics. What was that season named? Heroes and heart heartburn and haberdasheries. Anyway, let's see. Where hustlers? Is that the other one? Is that healers, hustlers, and heroes? And Hungarians. Anyway, Sarah and Sophie do their tree puzzle on the red tribe, and then the blue tribe is Michelle and Rob. Stop relying so much on Rob. Like, I know he's like saying, "Oh, I'm the best at puzzles" and stuff like that. And maybe he is, but maybe other people are really good at puzzles too. So far, he's done 2 puzzles and he's failed to I mean, he didn't fail as bad this time, but the other tribe beat him. Sarah and Sophie put their puzzle together better. They got a lot of verbal help from Wendell, especially. So that's also credit to Wendell for like communicating with them pretty well. But there we go again. Sarah in a pivotal role to get the immunity win, as she was in the very first immunity challenge. So if you haven't listened to my previous episodes, I'm doing a fantasy league with some friends and their friends, and I'm winning right now. I've got the most points. I didn't get any points. It's been primarily luck of who I got on my tribe. I have Yule and Tyson, my tribe. So just them alone have already gained me like most of my points, like a solid 19 or so points. But anyway, my pick to win the game at the end is Sarah. So that's why I will be just always rooting for her anyway, even if I do like other people more. But luckily, she's been really entertaining for me anyway, and so it's worked out. It's lining up pretty well. It was a really close call because they were putting in their last piece and then they knocked it out, knocked the piece that it attaches to off. And so, like, they both fell to the ground. They're like, "Oh no, you gotta go grab that and get it," because the other tribe had caught up. But they did get the win. So back at Sele tribe camp, nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to walk off to strategize. But finally, Ben gets up and Jeremy gets up to go talk to him. And so the game is afoot from then on. Let's see. Jeremy, Denise, and Ben agree that it should be Parvati. And also Adam is implied to be in on that. But Adam goes and tells Rob that Parvati is the target. And like everybody watching, Rob is like, "Is this kid crazy? Why would he tell me?" So anyway, Jeremy is like winking to Rob, like, it's not happening. Right? We're going to target Adam. And so I that interaction was pretty cool, even though it ended up being like also a total misdirect. I don't know. It's like everybody's playing the game too much now that like a regular strategy just doesn't work, and so like you have to get like 6 layers deep of it, and then it's just a soggy mess. Because that's too many, like 7-layer dip, 6-layer dip, 5-layer dip. That's too many layers of dip. But give me 1 or 2 layers, like 3 maximum, and then you know what you're tasting. Any more than that, then the flavors are just all mixed together. It's like you might as well just have. Why aren't you just having a burrito right now? Why are you messing with this dip? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of multiple dips more than a trio. Trio Maximum. That's the name. That's the name of a Greek hero, or a Roman Empire hero from 108 BC. But Trio maximum. Okay, anyway. Michelle, when talking to Jeremy, thinks, hey, we should target. I don't know why I'm making myself laugh right now. Hey, we should target Ethan. So we can rob by targeting Ethan as opposed to, just targeting Rob and getting Rob off the actual threat. Anyway, they go to tribal council and they're talking about bunkers and jumping each other's bunkers and all that. And Jeff asks Ethan about bunkers, and he says, I don't know much about bunkers, but I do know this. So anyway, that maybe was kind of in there to be also like how Amber said something also about how she didn't know what was going on to some degree. And so that was a little bit similar to that. But we get 1 vote for Parvati, then we get 3 votes for Adam, and Adam looks sunk. But then we get 4 votes for Ethan. Ethan is voted out. Adam's betrayed. He's the only person who didn't vote for Ethan, and he is in big, big trouble. Ethan is out. He gives his fire token to Parvati, and clearly Adam's got to go at the next tribal council. So we'll see if the Blue Tribe can pull out a win and avoid going to tribal council yet again. Denise has the worst luck in all of her gameplay of all time of always going to tribal, but hey, we might be at the merge soon. Maybe they'll merge as a really big group, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a tribe swap next week. So I wonder if the merge will just happen at like 14 instead of 13 or 12. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, because otherwise the tribe swap would normally happen right now at 16 players. So I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, but not soon enough because we have to wait a few more days. I wish I could just watch the next episode right now. So let me know what am I skipping to the end already? What are my thoughts on all of this? I don't know. I got 6 points for this episode because the Red Tribe won. So Gil and Tyson both got 3 points each. So I'm well. I'm gaining a lead. My lead is improving each episode so far. So I'm really happy about that in the fantasy league. Also, I think my picks would be those 3 people anyway: Sarah, Tyson, and Yule. So I am 100% rooting for their tribe all the way until that's not their tribe anymore. And that has not changed yet. What needs to happen next? I don't know. They need to get rid of while technically everybody is still in the game, everybody still is able to win from the point where they are right now. But how are Rob, Parvati, and Sandra still? Well, Sandra, her tribe hasn't lost at all, and having gotten rid of Amber does make a lot of sense. But how are Rob and Parvati still in the game? It's insane. They don't have the numbers. Obviously, they don't have the numbers. Even with betraying Adam, they don't have the numbers. Get them out of there. So we'll see. So I think even though Adam is now on the outs, obviously, I think it would be a huge mistake to get rid of him right now, because you have the numbers even without Adam. And if you're not targeting Adam, he's going to go with you. So go after Rob and Parvati. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So let me know what you thought about this episode. Who are you rooting for? What was your favorite moment from this episode? I didn't even mention that Tony grabbed the shark that was caught in the net that Sandra set up and was like running around because it was still alive, and he was really afraid that it was going to bite him, and that was pretty funny. But I more so enjoyed the secret mission at night. So let me know what you thought about this episode by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.